Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andrea Marcos B. de la Cruz, and today I am going to be presenting about dark web and cybercrime. Today, we are exploring the relationship between dark web and the rising tide of cybercrime. We will look at how these hidden networks operate and how law enforcement works to track them down. So, what is the internet? The internet is not a single layer. It is made up of three distinct parts. Understanding the difference between them is the first step in understanding the digital security. First, we have is the surface web or the clearnet web. Think of the surface web as the tip of an iceberg. It is publicly accessible part of the internet indexed by search engines like Google, Safari, or Bing. If you can find it with a standard browser without a password, it's on the surface web. Next is the deep web. Directly below the surface is the deep web, also known as the hidden web. This content is in public and it can be found by search engines. It usually requires a password like your private emails, medical records, or secure databases. And finally, the dark web. So, what is the dark web? It is a small intentional part of the deep web. It uses heavy encryption and firewalls to stay hidden. You cannot get here with a normal browser. You need special software like Tor to access these private, non-indexed networks called dark nets. So now we will be talking about the key features and the legitimacy of the dark web. The key feature here is anonymity through masked IP addresses. While often linked to crime, it has legitimate uses such as protecting whistleblowers or journalists who need to avoid government surveillance. Next is, what is cybercrime? Cybercrime is any illegal action involving a computer or the internet. This includes stealing corporate data, installing viruses, and hacking into government systems to demand ransoms. Next is types of cybercrime linked to the dark web. So we have many types of cybercrimes that links to the dark web. So now let's say the illegal drug trafficking, weapons trafficking, identity theft, and sale of stolen data. So yeah, because of the anonymity, the dark web is a hub for trafficking drugs and weapons. It also hosts marketplaces for stolen identity data and hacking as a service where criminals rent out tools to attack others. So a case example of dark web marketplace we have here is the famous one of the most famous um, case example in dark web marketplace. We have the Silk Road. The most famous example is the Silk Road. It was a massive illegal marketplace that used Tor for anonymity and Bitcoin for untraceable payments. It was eventually shut down by the FBI in 2013. Yeah. And so, what is the role of digital forensics and its investigation? To fight back, investigators use digital forensics. This involves tracking cryptocurrency through blockchain analysis, tracing IPs, and performing forensic imaging on seized devices to find evidences that can stand up in court. So next is the challenges in investigating the dark web. Investigation is difficult due to strong encryption and international jurisdictional issues. Prevention requires a layered defense using strong authentication, network monitoring, and threat intelligence to catch attacks early. Yeah. So to sum up all these things, in conclusion, The dark web is a tool for both privacy and exploitation as cybercrime evolves. The work of cybersecurity professionals and digital forensics becomes more critical than ever to our global safety. And that is it for my presentation about dark web and cybercrime. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you so much.